Okay, what I want to talk about right now is attributes of successful people. And I'd like for you to help me on this one. And let's just make a quick list here of attributes of successful people. Anybody? Confidence. Okay, confidence. Dedication. Okay, guys. One pen, one hand. Confidence, dedication, focus. Persistence. Desire. Hard work. Ethical. Enthusiasm. Learners. Learners, leaders. They take action. Accountable. They're committed, as in an institution. Okay. They're an achiever. They're self-motivated. We didn't get motivation yet? Wow. Okay. Not afraid. Willing to risk. Okay, one more? Not afraid of failure. That's the same thing. Never quit. Okay, now let's take a look at these things. What we've done is solicited the audience here and collected a group of successful people's attributes. And we want to look at those. Are successful people confident? Yeah. Are there also some very confident, unsuccessful people? Okay, so that might not be one, huh? Are some people dedicated and successful? Are some people dedicated and unsuccessful? Okay. Are some people focused and unsuccessful? Okay. Some people are focused and successful. Are some people persistently unsuccessful? Okay. How many people desire success but never get it? Okay. That's a lot. How many people learn how to fail and do a good job of it? Well, so we need to start a whole new list, don't we? How many people we know have an attitude? Does that ensure success? No. How many people are enthusiastic? Yeah, drive you nuts. Never get any done if they're enthusiastic. How many people are ethical and don't go anywhere in life? How many people are criminal and go far? How many people are hard workers? I'll tell you what, I build a house, I watch these guys, they're up there riveting, they're pouring concrete, they work hard. I wouldn't want to drive the cars they drive, though. Leaders? I've met a lot of people who led other people out of my business into jobs. You know? So what happens is when you look at all these things, let me ask you this. Are there any unconfident people who learned how to become confident? Yes. Are there any people who were never dedicated but they learned how to be dedicated? Yeah. Are there any people who were out of focus but then got taught how to focus? Is there any people that were never persistent but when someone taught them how to persist, they learned how to do it, they adopted that trait? Are there people who were kind of lost and had no desires, no dreams, no ambitions till they were taught how to? Yeah. If you look at this and you break these down, every one of these is a learned trait. Every attribute of a successful person is a learned trait. Can we teach confidence? Can we teach enthusiasm? See, I was never enthusiastic. I was very conservative. I didn't get excited about much, and even if I did, I felt unmanly if I showed it. But I learned that if you want to be rich and wealthy and successful, by golly, you better have some enthusiasm. That's why it drives me nuts. Some of you guys have all the talent in the world, but you're such conservative stuffed shirts, you make me sick. No one wants to be around Mr. Corporation all the time. They're no fun to be around. Lighten up, enjoy the party, huh? People can learn how to be willing to risk. When I first heard about risk, I thought it was a means for failure. Now I know successful people see risk as the only means to success. So what happened? Now you have to risk to succeed. I was afraid. I was scared to death. When I wrote that word down, or not afraid, I thought, you know what? We can all talk about that. Yeah, you know, we had backbone of stainless steel. Baloney. Baloney. I don't care. Whoever jumped out of an airplane, you were scared. Parachute or not, you were scared. I don't care how much you like to swim. First time you scuba dive and you go 30 feet under that water, you're scared. And when you jump into a new business opportunity, not knowing what the outcome is going to be, you better be scared, because if you're not scared, you're insane. But see, a lot of people make that scared the reason for not taking action. And see, scared just means pay attention. You should be scared. If you go through life and you never do anything that brings up scared inside of you, you're not living. So you look at that going, okay, afraid, motivated. There's times in my life I wasn't motivated. I could easily be a 350-pound couch potato. No doubt about it. One of the reasons why people say, why do you work so hard? I said, you know why? Because really I'm lazy. And I know none of you that know me would ever believe that. You say, my God, you're not lazy at all. I am one of the laziest people you ever met. I'm so lazy that I realized I could not work a long job for 40 years. I couldn't do it. So I realized if I hustle, I bust my butt like I never thought possible, and I put 5 or 10 years into something, I could make a lifetime's worth of money. I could get out and be lazy. That was my modus operandi when I got signed up in this business. But after going through being motivated and learning how to be motivated, it's really funny, because I was just talking to my ex-wife this morning. She said, why don't you take some time off and go fishing? I said, fishing's like golf. It's boring. I got some of the finest fishing boats in the world, but you know what? I just got to have something more important to do in my life. I have to come up with something better. I hang around with a lot of wealthy friends of mine, and all talk about their handicap, the golf game. I just got to find something more productive to do with myself than to go whack a white ball into a hole. And I know some of you love fishing, you love golf. I'm a different person because I learned these things. And see, each one of these is a learned trait. And we go through life thinking, you know what? People are successful, and I'm not one of them. Why not? Because these are the attributes they learn to become successful. No one was born successful. We all learn how to do it. That's why it's important. You know what? Some of you guys are going to lose confidence. Get it back. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it doesn't mean lie about your check. Fake it till you make it means, you know what? If you don't have any confidence, act like you do. If you don't have any dedication, fake it. Act like you're dedicated. You know what's going to happen? You start acting dedicated, and I'm telling you what, in a matter of weeks, you're going to be dedicated. You start acting focused, you'll be amazed that you'll become focused. You start acting persistent, you start acting like you have enthusiasm, you'll get them. And you start adapting all these traits. And the key here is this. It all comes down to attitude. If you have the attitude of a successful person, that attitude, because what is an attitude? Now you think about a friend, right? If a bunch of girls are sitting around and another girl walks by and they go, boy, she's got an attitude, what do they mean about that? Now, she's not exactly friendly, right? But what is confidence, really? But an attitude. See, confidence isn't anything other than, you know, I don't have any confidence. Well, what are you going to go buy a box? A six-pack? You know, he has so much confidence. I wish I had some. Go borrow it. Hey, can I? Yeah, here, I got a little left over here. Take it. Dedication is nothing more than an attitude. Focus, it's an attitude. Persistence is an attitude. I'm not going to quit. It's an attitude. Desire, burning desire, it's an attitude. Being a learner, that's an attitude. Enthusiasm is a total attitude. It was tough for me to show my enthusiasm. It was tough for me to do silly things and make people laugh because I thought they were laughing at me. Now I know I can make you laugh along with me, and we build more friendship, and it's more fun. That was hard for me. Ethical, moral. These are attitudes. You either do or you don't. But it's all inside your attitude. Hard work, attitude. Action is an attitude. Accountable, it's an attitude. Everything up here is an attitude. So when you look at it, successful people really select their attitudes properly. It's the only difference. Don't we ever gonna have a bad day? Yeah. How many times do you hear people say, oh my God, he makes me so mad. He makes me mad. He can't make you mad. He can't. I cannot make you mad. You have to change your attitude to let me make you mad. Oh, I can do things that'll create anger inside of you, but you let me. People say, oh, drives me crazy. No. You have an attitude that allows them to do that. Everything in life is going to be responsive to your attitude towards it. If you don't have confidence, get an attitude of confidence. I don't know who you were when you walked in the room this morning, but I know you can walk out anybody you want to be. The very first training program I ever went to changed my life forever. I sat down, I took notes, I was stunned. Many times a speaker would be talking about philosophies or techniques, and I would find I hadn't written a note. I was so stunned and so mesmerized that someone actually figured out how to do something that I never thought about. There might be a method to it. But I just sat there looking, and I go, oh, I missed all my notes. And then they started talking about how a successful person has success attitudes. And it was amazing, because at the very end he said, you know what? I don't know who you were when you walked in, but today you get to walk out anybody you want. If you didn't have any confidence coming in, you can walk out with confidence. If you weren't focused, you can walk out with focus. If you weren't persistent, if you weren't enthusiastic, you can walk out of here a die-hard, persistent, enthusiastic person. You know what some other ones are? Happy. Happy. Happy is nothing more than an attitude. What do you think, happy people have no problems? We have terrible problems. We just don't keep them here all the time. Be happy. Be likable. Likable's an attitude. Professional's an attitude. Not complaining is an attitude. Not whining. If you call me up on my phone, I start calling you Zinfandel, that'll be right there's the clue. People call up and say, hey, Zinfandel, what's going on? What do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry, Merlot, what's up? They finally get it, calling me, hey, man, I hate that stuff. Have an attitude. I'm thinking of a lifetime right now, but the opportunity itself predicates more upon what you do with it than what it is. And you have the opportunity right now to take successful people's attitudes towards success and make them your own. And that'll be paramount in what I teach you over the next few years. I teach you how to adapt the attitudes, the techniques, and the systems that successful people use to become very successful and wealthy and have all the better things in life. And the bottom line is the difference in what people have and don't have. This totally comes down to one thing, and that is your attitude you have towards the world. So many people go out and try to figure out the attitude the world has towards them. And for years I wanted to be successful, I wanted to be wealthy, I wanted to have the better things in life, I wanted to have free time. And I was waiting for the world to come to me, and I was homeless, and I was broke, and I was destitute. And I finally met a man in my life, like I can be in your life if you allow me to be, who taught me that, you know, you have to adapt the attitudes to what the world demands. The world does not care about you. The world was going on a long time before you came along, and basically you're pretty insignificant. And it was when I adapted my attitudes to what the world rewards is when I began becoming awarded. The bottom line is, I don't know who walked in today, but I know you can walk out of here and you get the confidence to put that order in. You can get dedicated to make it work. You can be persistent enough to make it happen. You can be enthusiastic and happy even when things aren't going good, even when your friends are going, what are you, crazy? You betcha I am. And you wait to see a couple years from now when I'm even crazier than now, you'll regret not doing it. And you'll be accountable and not afraid. And they're all attitudes. And see, today may be the first day of the rest of your life where you start adapting successful people's attitudes. Because if you go through your life day to day with successful people's attitudes, you have no choice but to be a success. Thanks for being with us.